What if I told you that the reason you can't afford a house has nothing to do with your income, and everything to do with your brain? The median home price in America just hit $435,300, an all-time record high. Meanwhile, the average first-time buyer is putting down just 9% because they literally cannot save more. But here's what nobody's telling you. I discovered a method that's based on actual neuroscience, not willpower, that helped me save $50,000 for my first home in just 18 months. And no, I wasn't making six figures. I was barely scraping by. This is about rewiring your brain to make saving automatic, inevitable, and actually enjoyable. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete system that works even if you failed at saving before. But first, let me tell you about the day I realized everything I knew about saving was wrong. 2 years ago, I was 28 years old, living in a cramped apartment, watching my rent go up every year while my friends bought houses. I'd tried everything: budgeting apps, savings challenges, even hiding cash in different accounts. Nothing worked. I'd save $2,000, then something would come up. Car repair, medical bill, or honestly, sometimes I just get tired of saying no to everything and blow it on a weekend trip. Sound familiar? Then I stumbled across a research study that changed my life. Scientists at Columbia University discovered that people who align their savings goals with their personality traits save 73% more money. But here's the crazy part. It wasn't about having more willpower. It was about working with your brain instead of against it. That's when I followed what I call the disciplined savings method. But this isn't discipline like you think. This is about creating a system so powerful that saving becomes as automatic as breathing. 18 months later, I had $50,000 saved. Not because I became a different person, but because I finally understood how my brain actually works with money. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it too. But before we dive into the method, you need to understand why traditional saving advice doesn't work. And the truth might shock you. Your brain processes money decisions in the same region that handles addiction. When you're trying to save money, you're literally fighting the same neural pathways that make people crave drugs. No wonder willpower doesn't work. Meanwhile, the housing market has gone completely insane. Home prices are up 48% from just 5 years ago. Mortgage rates are hovering around 6.8%. First-time buyers are getting shut out left and right. But here's what the media isn't telling you. While everyone's complaining about the market, some people are still buying homes. In fact, all cash buyers made up 29% of transactions last month. So what do these people know that you don't? They understand the psychology of money. They've learned to work with their brain's natural tendencies instead of fighting them. And that's exactly what the disciplined savings method is all about. Because here's the thing. You don't need to make more money to save more money. You just need to understand how your brain makes financial decisions. Alright, let's get into the science that's going to change your financial life forever. Your brain has what's called the reticular activating system. Think of it as your brain's personal assistant. Its job is to filter out irrelevant information and focus on what matters to you. Right now, it's probably programmed to notice expenses, problems, and reasons why you can't save. But when you train your RAS to focus on savings opportunities instead of spending excuses, something magical happens. You start noticing money everywhere. Rebates you missed, subscriptions you forgot about, ways to optimize your spending that were invisible before. Studies show that people who check their bank balance before making purchases are 50% less likely to make that purchase. Why? Because it makes spending tangible again. Most of us are spending digital monopoly money without realizing it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Behavioral economists have discovered something called loss aversion. We feel the pain of losing money twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining it. So instead of thinking, I'm saving for a house, we need to think, I'm not losing my chance at homeownership. The disciplined savings method uses all of these psychological principles to create a system that works with your brain, not against it. And it starts with something I call the reality shock. Step 1 is about getting brutally honest about what homeownership actually costs. And I mean brutally honest. Let's say you want to buy a $350,000 home, about average for most markets. Here's what you actually need. Down payment, $17,500 to $70,000 depending on your loan type. Closing costs, $7,000 to $17,500. Moving expenses, $1,500 to $3,000. Emergency fund for repairs, $5,000 minimum, plus 6 months of mortgage payments saved, 12. That's potentially $117,000 you need to have ready. Now, you might not need all of that up front, but if you're not prepared for these costs, you're setting yourself up for financial disaster. But here's the good news. Most first-time buyers are only putting down 3 to 5%. So for that $350,000 house, you might only need $30,000 to $40,000 to get started. Still a lot, but way more achievable. I want you to pause this video right now and pick your target home price. Don't pick your dream home. Pick something realistic for your area. Then, calculate exactly how much you need to save. Write it down. Make it real. Done? Good. Now you have your reality shock number. This is your North Star. Every financial decision you make needs to be measured against this goal. But knowing your number is just the beginning. Step 2 is where the real magic happens. The brain rewiring protocol. This is where we literally rewire your brain to become a saving machine. And it's based on cutting-edge research from Harvard and Columbia. Every time you're about to spend money on anything not essential, you ask yourself 2 questions. How does spending this get me closer to owning my home? How does saving this get me closer to owning my home? Let's say you're at Target, about to spend $80 on stuff you don't really need. Traditional advice says just don't buy it. That doesn't work because your brain rebels against restriction. Instead, you ask, how does spending this $80 get me closer to owning my home? Your brain immediately recognizes this doesn't help. Then, how does saving this $80 get me closer to owning my home? Now, your brain starts calculating. That's $80 closer to your down payment. But here's the crucial part. You immediately transfer that $80 to your house fund, right there in the store. Why? Because it gives you an instant dopamine hit from making progress towards your goal. People who immediately redirect foregone spending into savings increase their savings rate by 73%. Your brain starts associating not spending with the pleasure of progress instead of the pain of restriction. I used to spend about $200 a month on random stuff, clothes, gadgets, impulse purchases. Once I started the protocol, I was saving an extra $1,800 per year just from that category alone. And it felt good every single time. But we can't rely on willpower forever. That's why step 3 is about making this completely automatic. Here's what every successful saver knows that broke people don't. Automation beats motivation every single time. And this is step 3, the 3-account system. First, checking account. Only enough for monthly expenses plus $500 buffer. Second, high-yield savings, emergency fund, and short-term goals. Third, house fund, separate account, preferably at a different bank to reduce temptation. This means something like this. Every payday, before you even see your money, 20% goes to house fund. If possible, adjust based on your situation. 10% goes to high-yield savings. Rest goes to checking for expenses. But I can't save 20%. Listen, start with whatever you can. Even 5% is infinitely better than 0%. The point is to make it automatic so you don't have to think about it. If you make $50,000 a year and save 15% automatically, that's $7,500 per year, $625 per month. In 18 months, you have $11,250. Add in the money you save from the before and after protocol, and you're looking at $15,000 to $20,000. Set up automatic transfers, use apps like YNAB or Mint to track progress, and create visual reminders of your goal. I had a picture of my dream house as my phone wall screen. Every time I pulled out my phone to spend money, I saw my goal. But automation is just the foundation. Now let's talk about the advanced tactics that helped me save an extra $15,000 in year 2. Hey there, I'm Mark, and I'm genuinely excited you're here investing in your growth. Before we dive deeper into today's strategy, I want to ask you a quick favor that takes just 2 seconds but makes a huge difference. If you're finding value in this content, hit that subscribe button and tap the like. It's completely free and helps us reach more people who need these game-changing strategies. Your support directly fuels our mission to help thousands transform their lives. Thanks for being part of this community. Now let's jump right back into the breakthrough strategies that are about to change everything for you. Now, saving money is only half the equation. You also need to make more money, but not the way most people think. The average American has 2.3 income sources. Millionaires have 7. You don't need to become an entrepreneur, but you do need to diversify your income. For example, Stream 1, skill monetization. What skills do you already have that people will pay for? Writing, design, tutoring, pet sitting, house sitting. I started freelance writing for $25 an hour, 5 hours a week. That's $500 a month directly to the house fund. Stream 2, asset optimization. Rent out your parking spot. Sell stuff you don't use. Rent your car on Turo when you're not using it. I made $3,000 in 6 months just decluttering and selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Stream 3, cashback and rewards hacking. Use cashback credit cards for all expenses. Pay them off monthly. Sign up for bank bonuses. Use cashback apps like Rakuten. I earned $1,200 in my first year just from optimizing my existing spending. Stream 4, the raise strategy. Research your market value, document your achievements, and ask for a raise. Even a $2,000 annual increase is $166 more per month for your house fund. My combined side income started at $300 a month and grew to $1,500 a month by month 12. That extra $18,000 a year cut my saving timeline in half. You can say, but I'm already working full-time. I get it. Start with just one stream, maybe 3 hours a week. Once you see that first extra $200 go into your house fund, you'll find the motivation to do more. But here's what most people miss. The psychological benefits of extra income are just as important as the money itself. Now let me tell you this. Saving for a house isn't just about money. It's about building the mental discipline that'll make you successful in every area of your life. And it's exactly what we teach in our Mental Discipline for Success system at mentaldisciplineforsuccess.com. It's a system that gives you the structure you need to achieve any goal, including your dream home, with a step-by-step roadmap to help you become a person who achieves their goals every time. Imagine walking into that first house showing knowing you have the down payment ready. Imagine the confidence you'll feel during negotiations. Imagine holding those keys in your hand, knowing you made it happen through discipline and strategy, not luck. Because here's the truth. The same mental discipline that helps you save for a house will help you negotiate a better mortgage rate, find the right property, and build wealth for the rest of your life. Our users say things like, "This kit transformed my mindset. I'm hitting my goals faster than ever. And the videos and tracker kept me accountable. I landed my dream job." This programs your subconscious to find opportunities to make it happen. Check the link in the description. Now, let's talk about the challenges you're going to face. Let me tell you about the 3 moments that almost derailed my house fund and how I overcame them. I was rolling. Momentum was good. Then my laptop died. Just like that. $1,200 gone. The temptation? Easy. Pull from the house fund. Just this once. But I didn't. Because I had built the emergency fund first. That safety net saved my progress. I replaced the laptop, took a breath, and then went right back to rebuilding that cushion. That was the lesson. Your house fund is sacred, but if you don't build other buffers, life will punch holes in your plan. Then, 12 months in, the grind got real. Friends were traveling, upgrading wardrobes, eating out like money didn't matter. And there I was, counting dollars at the grocery store. I started resenting the process. I felt like discipline was punishment, so I shifted, created a fun fund. Just $100 a month, no guilt, no spreadsheets, and suddenly I had a release valve. The journey stopped feeling like deprivation and started feeling like momentum again. Then came the punch to the gut. Home prices in my area jumped 15%. I panicked, thought I was too late. All that saving for what? But here's the thing. Discipline trains you not to fold under pressure. I didn't quit. I recalibrated, picked up extra freelance work, cut my timeline by 3 months. That scare? It became fuel, because once you have mental discipline, fear becomes data, not a dead end. Now let's talk solutions, because I know what you're thinking. I don't make enough. That's real. So start where you are, 1%. That's it. Then increase by 1% every 3 months. As income rises, split the growth. Half to lifestyle, half to the house fund. You get the progress and the reward. Something always comes up. I've been there too. That's why the emergency fund comes first, not second. Trying to build wealth without it is like building on sand. It's taking too long. Of course it is. Anything worth building should stretch you. So break it down. Every $5,000 is a win. Track it visually. Celebrate it. Because you're not just saving money, you're training identity. And once the identity is locked in, the outcome becomes inevitable. That's how you build with discipline and keep building when life pushes back. Remember, every person who owns a home went through this exact struggle. The difference between homeowners and renters isn't luck or income, it's persistence and system. But here's the thing, none of this matters if you don't start today. Not one day, not next month, today. Your challenge for the next 24 hours, calculate your reality shock number. Set up your 3-account system. Download a high-yield savings app. Take one small action toward an income stream. Check out our Mental Discipline for Success system at mentaldisciplineforsuccess.com. Remember, every day you wait is another day of rising home prices. Every month you delay is potentially thousands more you'll need to save. But every day you work this system is a day you're getting closer to holding those keys. The average American rents for life because they never develop the discipline to break the cycle. You're not average. You're going to own your home, and it starts right now. If this video helped you see homeownership as achievable instead of impossible, smash that like button and subscribe for more content that actually changes your financial life. And let me know in the comments, what's your reality shock number? What's the first step you're taking today? Your dream home is waiting. The only question is, are you ready to claim it?